Hello there, everyone. So, yesterday we talked about the different forms of energy. Monday we talked about the different states, and we kind of talked about the different forms of energy briefly. And so, today our learning objective is to be able to develop and use models to exemplify the conservation of energy as it is transformed. Okay? So, the law of conservation of energy says that energy is never energy is never created or destroyed because it is always transforming. Yes, good job. So we know that energy can transform. So if something that transforms, it's changing its form, it's changing into something else. So the transformers, they change from cars into robots. A caterpillar transforms from a caterpillar into a butterfly. So it changes the form. So energy can be transformed. Energy can be conserved, so that means it's stored because it's never wasted. So we know that energy can be conserved because of that potential energy. Potential energy is stored energy. So energy can be transformed, conserved, and then who knows what the last one is. I talked about it yesterday. It's like passing on from me to you. I used the example of my mom doing something when I need it. Transferred. So energy can be transformed, conserved, or transferred, excuse me. And so transferred is passing on. So in a couple of weeks, we're going to talk about how energy is transferred through thermal energy. All right. So today we're going to go a little bit more in depth in energy. So I want you to look at this example. It says water behind a dam has what type of energy? So a dam, it holds water from pretty much flooding an area. So we see in the picture, here's our dam and our water is just sitting there. So what type of energy is this water using? What type of energy is this water using behind the dam? I want you to take a few seconds and think about that. Good job. Potential energy. So that energy that's behind the dam is potential energy because it's energy that is being stored. However, when that water flows over the dam, it changes from potential, so we'll write potential and it transforms into kinetic energy. Good job. So we can see that water moving, and we know that kinetic energy is active energy, energy of motion, okay? So now our next example says when a rubber band is stretched, energy is being transformed from kinetic to potential energy. So when a rubber band is being stretched, that energy is going from kinetic to potential. So all that energy is stored, and we know specifically that this is what type of potential energy? Elastic potential energy. Good job. Yes. So the further you pull back, the more potential energy is being stored. And the further I pull back, the more, when I release, the more kinetic energy is going to happen. So the further you pull back, the more potential energy is being stored, but the more kinetic energy will be transformed. So if I were to just pull it back like this and then I let go, it just fell on my desk. But the further I pull back and then I let go, it went behind. I didn't do it right, but it goes further the more you pull back. Okay. So next, let's look at this flashlight. So let's think, what type of energy is being transformed in the flashlight? So if we're thinking of the flashlight, if we have a flashlight, let's say my phone is the flashlight. My phone, Miss Brown's phone is the flashlight. In order for something to happen, what has to happen? So what is the source? What type of energy is at the source of the flashlight? And so that flashlight is transforming chemical energy because in my phone, in that flashlight, there is a battery. And so we know that a battery has chemical energy, because remember yesterday with my battery example, chemical energy is in a battery. So that flashlight is transforming chemical energy from the battery into light energy. So when I turn my flashlight on my phone, that chemical energy that's in my battery is transforming to light energy. When you flip the switch of the flashlight, that chemical energy is transforming from chemical energy to light energy. Okay? Next, we have pizza, and y'all, this pizza, the Chicago deep dish pizza looks so good. So, pizza, what type of energy, if that pizza sitting right in front of us, what type of energy is it using? So before I put it in my mouth, that pizza has chemical energy, because it's chemicals in here that when it reacts to something in my stomach, it is going to be transformed into what? What happens when you eat? When you eat, you're able, and I talked about this the other day too, when you eat, you're able to do what? You're not feeling sluggish, and you're active, you're ready to go, so that it's giving you fuel. So that chemical energy is being transformed into mechanical energy when we eat our food, because that chemical energy is being transformed into motion. We're able to move after we eat. Okay?